Yeah! Yeah! Take that, you giant elephant mother... Oh, hey, how's it going? You just caught me playing one of the best PlayStation exclusives.
Actually,
Horizon Forbidden West. It is
not a PlayStation exclusive. It is also on the PC.
Okay, sure, it's not a PlayStation exclusive. It is a console exclusive. Sorry. PC doesn't count anyways. Anyways, I was playing Horizon Forbidden West, one of the best games out there on the PlayStation 4 and 5. It's on both consoles, so there's no reason for you not to get it.
Yeah, no, sure. Because you've completed this game, have you not?
No, I haven't finished it. It's been out for over 2 years. I know this. Hey, life gets in the way sometimes, okay? And there's nothing you can do about it. Anyways, I was just playing Horizon Forbidden West, and no, I have not finished it yet. But man, is it a great game. I love these games so much. And it is... What else, man?
Well, since you're such a big fan of the franchise, I have a little something for you. Here you go.
Oh! What the heck? Horizon Forbidden West. Aloy. Nora Huntress outfit.
You're welcome.
That's awesome! Hey guys, welcome back to Whatcha Figure. I am Country Boy, and we are looking at Horizon Forbidden West's Aloy. But who was that guy? Thanks. What an awesome looking figure from what I've seen so far. I haven't opened it up, so we don't quite know yet, but I've seen images and I'm really stoked. And I've loved the first game. I've been loving the second game. Haven't got the DLC for the second game yet because I haven't finished the second game yet, but it's coming someday in the future. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, before we get to talking too much about the video game, let's get to looking at the packaging. Alright, and here we have Horizon Forbidden West, Aloy, Nora Huntress outfit, deluxe 6-inch figurine deluxe, all that's French stuff, whatever. 42 points of articulation, which sounds like a lot of articulation, actually. For a 6-inch figure, that is tons of articulation. But yeah, this is the cover. It looks like Aloy does. It looks fantastic. PlayStation 17 Plus, which I think is, normal for the video game as well too. It's a pretty mature game. All the stuff that she comes with right there too. Go ahead and check that out if you want to. And then on the back there's a nice cool picture of her, and then a bit of a write-up. The main protagonist of Horizon, Aloy, is curious, determined, and intent on uncovering the mysteries of the world. Shunned by her own tribe, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and read that. It tells you basically her backstory. A bunch of gobbledygook down there you don't really need to read. And then right there is the cover for the video game. I can prove that to you right here. Boom, I got the video game right there. That's the cover of it. And then on the top, nothing there. Nothing on the bottom too much. That's interesting anyways. This is a slip cover, so we can slip that right off. And then there you go again. There's the cover of the video game once again. And then on this side, once again, the same image. And then, oh, that's pretty cool art. I like the artwork back there. That's very beautiful. Some of the crazy robot animals that you gotta fight, really awesome. Love all those creatures that you fight. And then on this side, more of the same image, and then it opens up similar to a NECA one. And you know what is really awesome about this? She's right there. She's not behind any glass. She's literally right here. She can come right out, and then there are all of her accessories. So there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. And here we have Aloy out of the packaging. And she does come with quite a good number of accessories. Starting with these hands right here. So she's got the kind of half gloved hands on her right hand. So this is obviously the one like pulling back the drawstring for the bow and arrow. And this one is, her pointing finger, or maybe she's pointing, just pull my finger. Because Aloy, she nasty. She grew up in the woods. She's nasty. She a dirty girl. But yeah, that's those two hands. And then there's these two hands right here where she's obviously holding probably her spear. So I'm guessing this would be, and yeah, you can see it's a decent level of detail. It's very simplistic. It's very plasticky. It definitely feels plasticky. It doesn't feel cheap though. It feels good. Everything feels good. It's similar to like a Marvel Legends, I'd say. That's what I would compare the plastic to. And then you got some fisted hands as well too, because she's gonna be punching some dinosaurs in the face. That's right. You get in her way, she's gonna be like, fist of fury. So she'll take you out. There she goes. That's just the fists. There's the hands. Looking at some other things. Like she's got these face plates where it might be a little bit creepy because you're not used to just seeing a bunch of faces. You usually see full heads. We'll start with these ones right here that have no paint on them. And I'm seeing the detail in the face. It looks really good. Like look at the lips and the eyes. Look at the, like she even has, I think, the freckles on her face and like the bits of bits of red on her rosy cheeks there. And the furrowed brow. Like she looks angry. This is awesome. This is a great looking face. Loving the way that these faces are looking. So that's that one. Then there's this one here where she's kind of like yelling or screaming or singing. Ah! That's what this face reminds me of. And if you want to look at the back that just shows you that's how it plugs in. Boom, right there. So obviously one way to plug it in. And then there's also these faces here. So these ones have little bits of paint, because that is something you can do in the video game. You can actually get some paint for her face. You can, depending on the tribe that you kind of met, whoever you met in certain tribes, you could go ahead and put their different face paints on, and she, got indoctrinated to all over the place. She was everybody's best friend. She was so important. Even though nobody liked her in the first game, she's like, you're not from around here. We don't want you. And then she was all like, I just saved your asses. What do you think of that? They're like, oh, come over here, Aloy. You're our best friends. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, so she's everybody's best friend. She's got all their paints on her face, and she's got her mouth open a little bit there, so you can see some teeth. Looking really good. Really great detail on these faces, the eyes, the teeth, the lips. Look at this one too. She is so happy to be part of this tribe. These guys are awesome. They party all the time. She loves this tribe. Look at the greens. Oh man, this is really, really good level of detail. And I just knocked over the last one. Here we go. Grab the last one here, and it is, whoa, that is some extreme paint right there. Look at this one. That is awesome. This is a serious face. See, that's like a stoic, serious face. She doesn't want anyone messing around with her because she's like, no. I mean business, guys. Get out of my way. But that's gonna do it for the faces. Let's look at some other accessories. Starting with this right here. This is her spear that she has in both games. And you know what? This little thing does a lot of damage. Especially up close quarters, it does a lot of damage. You whack the heck out of a pig, knock it out, boom. That's some good meat right there. Then you also got this quiver right here. So this is where her arrows would go. Very minimal level of detail, I should say. Mostly brown with a bit of yellow for the, I guess you would say, the feathers. And then you can see the buckles here as well too. Just a little more level detail, not crazy amount. And then see the peg right here. That'll peg right into the back of her back. And then you got an actual arrow right here. I'm not sure which arrow this would be, if it's one for shooting grappling hooks, or if it's one for setting up traps, or maybe this is one that's just for knocking weapons off of other bad guys. You get a Thunderjaw, you can knock off that weapon, you can use it against them. Man, that would be awesome, hey? Getting some figures of the actual dinosaur creatures, of all the robots and stuff, those would be huge. Those would be huge. That's gonna be a couple $100 for one of those things. Man, if you could get a Thunderjaw, oh man. Anyways, back to this arrow. Just good level of detail. Brown, white, got like a wrapping right there, and then you got the tip. Really nice. And then you got yourself her choice, or a weapon of choice, I should say, the actual bow and arrow, actually the bow for the bow and arrow. And it actually has like an elastic bow string right there. That's awesome. That's really cool that it does that. That's really cool. And look at all the look at all the little level of details on here as well too. Like you got bits of feathers and like a bit of a skull from some animal right there. You got a triangle right there because that's classic PlayStation right there. That's just some Easter eggs there for you if you're a PlayStation fan. Nice little triangle. And just all the other level I can't even talk. All the other little level of detail, all the extra little things that are on here as well too. Just really well done. Fantastic looking bow, and everything is kind of a softer plastic, I should say, a softer plastic, so it won't bend or break too easily. It's got a good malleability to it. It's got a good feel in the hand. But we are here for Aloy. Let's take a look at her while we are here, and look at that face. I like to say it's a very simple, almost like a smirking face. Like she just told a joke, and people are taking a second to realize that it was actually very funny. She's like, you're thinking on that? Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Yeah, she's a really good chick. She can make a joke if she wants to. She's usually serious in the game, but every once in a while she lets loose. Everyone has to let loose every once in a while in the future. This is like thousands of years in the future. You can't just be serious all the time. But yeah, this is a really good level of detail on this character. Look at the figure. So I'm guessing that would be where the quiver actually goes, on the side there. Okay, that's interesting. I thought it'd be on the back, because there is a peg spot there as well too for her. What is that? I guess it'd be somewhere for the bow must fit somewhere on there, because there is a little hole there on the bow as well. Okay, I'm figuring things out as I go along. This is really neat. And she does have, again, similar to the other plastic of these things as well too. She got like a bendy, rubberized plastic. So it's really nice that she has that. It's sort of a gummy, I guess. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, depending on the figure you're talking about. But she looks really awesome. I love the level of detail, like the furs that she has going on with her boots and her leggings, and the armor she's wearing, and just like all the little tassels and stuff coming off her, everything like it moves and is loose. I don't know if this counts as the articulation that it said 42 points of articulation, but it all looks really well. Like there is definitely articulation in the hair, which is a choice. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. That is interesting that they went that way, and I think it's actually working for them. That's a really cool thing. I wonder if more figures are going to do this in the future. Yeah, I wonder if more figures will do this in the future, because that is an interesting choice. That's ballsy. That's ballsy of you guys, Spin Master. I don't know if you've ever done this before. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before. Really interesting. I'm liking what I'm seeing. But she looks really cool. And so, I've looked at her a little bit of articulation, but let's look at all the articulation while we can. So the head does move forward like that, and then the hair, you can see how back it flips up, so we can get more movement with the head up. Wow, that really gives you good head movement with that hair movement. Wow, really cool. And this part of the hair moves and that part of the hair moves. Really good movement. I mean, it looks kind of funny if you have in certain poses, but otherwise, if you put it down, that's great. That's great. And so the head does move really well. Amazing. And then the arm goes up like that. There is good movement. Oh, even the movement of this, like, comes loose enough that you can move the whole arm around. And then you got some movement in the elbow. What is that, a single joint? I think it's a single joint, but it's really good movement as well too. It's over 90 degrees, I would say, or at least close to it. And then you also got a swivel there as well too. And you got your hand, your wrist goes forward and back like that. Really well done as well. And then I don't know if there's any kind of a cut. There is a waist swivel. That's awesome. And there is, oh man, that is awesome ab crunch going on, forward, back, amazing. This is a very articulate figure. I am impressed. Color me impressed. The legs go out like that. That is insane. Look at those splits. They go forward like that. They go backward like that. Oh man, she has got it going on. They do have pins, so you can see the pins. Oh, you know, that could have been a perfect figure. You know, that's not taken away from it at all. That is amazing. All the articulation she has. The knees are double jointed, so you can see she kicks all the way up to her own butt. Wonderful, wonderful. And then the feet, toe pose right there, a ballerina pose right there. And then, yeah, right there is another movement. Is there any boot cut? No, not really any boot cut, but there is like some secondary movement inside there. Like you can see, this is secondary to the actual boots inside. So that is awesome. There's more movement there. And then you can see the toe. You got toe articulation. That is awesome. This is one of the most articulated figures I own. I think this is gonna make my Spider-Man figures blush, honestly, because this is impressive. I have never had a Spin Master figure before, but if they make figures like this, I'm gonna start buying more of these guys. But that is it for the articulation. I think I probably missed some stuff, and there's so much more details you can probably look at as well too. But stay tuned, because I'm gonna do some comparing with some other figures I don't have in this line, but maybe similar sized lines. So stay tuned for that. Actually, before I do the comparison, I thought maybe let's do a quick face swap so you can see kind of how that goes. So the head comes off really easily. The face, I should say, be like face off. There goes Nicolas Cage's face, and here comes John Travolta's face right here. Face off. So that's what you see right there. It's a little creepy. I'm glad it wasn't red, because if it was red, it would be like a bloody face, which is sliced off. But yeah, that comes off, and then it fits on there. It's not as hard as I'm making it look. I don't know why. Let's go. Get on there. There we go. Get on there. Okay, so it's on there, and you know, maybe you can kind of see the seam of where the face kind of swap thing goes on. But really, it's pretty seamless. Realistically, I'm not going to complain about that at all. Like, that is quite beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if more people copy what Spin Master is doing here. Really awesome. Hey, you've made it this far. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave some comments down below. I definitely appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I try to reply to every comment that comes my way, and I love every like that I get. I am CountryBoyNiner with an underscore in there somewhere, also known as CountryBoyNiner. Check me out on the TikTok, on the Instagrams, on the Twitter. I'm all over the place. Check me out. And I'm also on another channel with my friends called wasted opinions. We have a blast making videos. Me and my friends just talk about random stuff. A lot of times we talk video games, and one of my favorite video games is this one right here, Horizon. So let's get back to Aloy. All right, yeah, playing with her even more. She's just an amazing figure. This is probably one of the best figures I've gotten all year so far. The one thing I would say I will knock it for a little bit, it's hard to balance. She does have kind of smaller feet, and having the articulation does not help. It actually makes things a little bit harder because it gives you that pivot point that you don't really need to make things a little more sturdy. So she is a little harder to stand, so I'm going to have to have her leaning up against something, maybe even have her on a stand of some sort. But you know what? Other than that, my goodness, there is nothing else that I can say bad about this thing, because she is phenomenal. She is a really awesome figure. And what I love about figures like this is she can hold on to all of her accessories. I mean, not her extra hands and her extra heads, but you can see she's got the quiver there, she's got her spear there, she's holding the arrow, she's got the bow. Everything is going on at once. That is awesome. I love it when figures can do that. But let's do some comparing with some other figures that I have that might be kind of similar to this. Starting with another redhead that I have right here is Mary Jane from the Spider-Man retro figure line. And I mean, plastic-wise, she is kind of got the gummy, plasticky kind of feel to her as well, but she doesn't have nearly the articulation or the detail. Like, this is way less detail. She's very cartoony, and she definitely looks like the cartoon character. She looks like her video game counterpart. She looks a lot like her. So very different. But another one I'll throw in here is Dana from the Ghostbusters by Hasbro. This one came out a couple years ago, back when I think Afterlife came out that year, and it's a 6-inch scale, so she should be similar height to this one. She's a little bit taller, it looks like, but I think that they would probably scale really well together, comparatively anyways. But again, she has similar feeling plastic, but the level of detail is just on Aloy. Oh, Aloy fell. I was speaking her praises, and there she goes. See, that's what I'm talking about. She does fall over. I'm gonna have to lean her a little bit here just to make sure she doesn't fall for me anymore here. Let's go do that. There we go. She shouldn't fall for me anymore. There we go. So, as I was saying, Aloy, before you really interrupted, that you have way more articulation, way more detail than Dana does here. But the last comparison I will do is another red-headed girl with the bow and arrow. I got April O'Neil from the TMNT crossed with the Power Rangers line. So this is her as the Pink Ranger. And she obviously has a bow and arrow as well too, but not nearly as detailed. Again, just the level of detail is just amazing compared to stuff like this. But if you can see the height-wise, it's very similar height-wise. So it's nice that they did this in a 6-inch line, because that will fit in with a lot more of my action figures that I have. All of my Hasbro stuff anyways, it should fit in with them. And yeah, they look good. I like that they went with this direction with her, because she is so much more detailed. She looks beautiful. She looks like the character from the video game, and I love it. Amazing. But that is gonna be it for my comparison. That's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in Sarsaparilla. But as always, be sure to let me know what you figure.